This is the award-winning Lee Pitts Live.
This portion of Lee Pitts Live is brought to you by Hodges University, celebrating 25 years of educating Southwest Florida.
Southwest Florida, we're thrilled to have here from the Florida Rural Legal Services, Larraine Barker. She's a paralegal. Let's welcome you to the show. Let's bump you in, pick up your cup there, and just toast you to your first time on Lee Pitts Live. Paralegal, that's a big word. What is a paralegal?
It basically means I am a non-attorney, so I have not passed the bar.
You don't wear glasses and you reading all of that information, preparing for those cases. You must got on contact lens.
No, I don't wear glasses.
I mean, because when I think about the paralegals, I just think about you guys being buried and reading.
We do.
Give us a little brief background on what is Florida Rural Legal Services.
We are a non-profit law firm. Our services are free to low-income people. We do have an intake procedure where if somebody wants our services, they would call up. We would just screen them regarding income and asset eligibility. Other than that, people can call us or walk in whenever they want to. That's
great to have an organization like that in the community. And your role as a paralegal in this process is to?
Well, I carry a caseload in terms of I do all of the administrative hearings. So public benefits is basically what I specialize in: Social Security benefits, SSI, food stamps, Medicare, Medicaid, TANF, and unemployment benefits. Also, a large area that we're now branching more into because it's become more prevalent in the community is nursing home issues, senior issues. So
why do you say that's becoming more prevalent? Just more issues are coming up for the seniors?
I think that there's a lot of misconceptions about nursing homes and what residents of nursing homes have to put up with. And nursing home residents have rights just like anybody else, and we like to try and educate. I think a lot more education needs to be done in the community in terms of elder care, elder health care.
What is a typical Florida Rural Legal Service client? What are some of the characteristics? They're low income. They probably live in. Do they necessarily live in rural areas?
No, not at all. We cover rural areas as well as Lee County and Charlotte County. Of course, we cover DeSoto, Hendry, and Glades County. And so I will be honest, though, a lot of our clients are Lee and Charlotte County just because they have more access to us and hear about us more. The more rural the areas, and sadly, we just don't have enough people out there. And we don't get as much community involvement as we'd like to let residents of those areas know. So that is a big problem for us, which we'd like to change.
And how do people tap into your services? We have some information on the screen, website, and so on. They go there, and all that information is there for them. They can make a phone call as well.
Yes, we have a 1-800 number. We have a number of offices. Our main office is here in Fort Myers, but we also have offices in Belgrade, West Palm Beach, Punta Gorda, and Lakeland.
Mm-hmm. What areas of law do you work on? I know you might have mentioned some early on. Any other?
Specifically, any type of public benefits. So if somebody's been denied disability, or if somebody's disability benefits are stopping, if somebody's been denied unemployment benefits, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps. We do some grievance hearings if somebody's been terminated and they're working for a government body. Then we'll do the grievance hearings for them as well.
When people tap into Florida Rural Legal Services for the services that you provide, they can be assured that they're getting, high-class certified attorneys or real attorneys.
Real attorneys.
Because people think not real. I mean, because it's free,
right.
It might, go ahead.
Right, we get that all the time. I'll talk to a real attorney. We're a law firm. We wouldn't be a law firm without the attorneys certified in Florida. The paralegals come about because the administrative hearings, that's something that we can do. The public benefits is something that we can do, and it just takes such a load off of the attorneys. But they can be assured that they're going to get, the clients are our main concern.
Great. What are some issues, some real world issues that you're dealing with related to the areas of specialization in law that you spoke about?
Well, sometimes we end up helping whole families, and that will come about in a very roundabout way, where perhaps comes to us as a landlord-tenant case because people are coming not to pay their rent and they've been evicted. But then when you do a little bit more investigating, they've lost benefits of some form. Maybe one of the child's SSI benefits have been ceased, so they've lost that income, or the spouse has died, or food stamps have been ceased, something like that, and that's why they're being evicted. So sometimes we're able to help whole families, children, if 2 or 3 of the children are on Social Security and the family household is relying on food stamps, for instance.
Now, what can your firm, what can the community do to help your clients in those legal areas as well?
We talk about us. You know, if we've helped them talk to their friends and their neighbors about us, we don't get a budget for advertising. It's tragic when we hear after the fact of somebody being evicted or having lost their Social Security and now they are out in the streets.
Right.
Talk about us, give us the exposure that we need. That's why we welcome the opportunity to talk to.
You're always looking for more clients. See, people might be shocked to say, hey, there's an organization out there that's looking to help us in terms of some of our legal matters. Do you deal with like evictions and things like that as well?
We do. Evictions, prohibited practices, water shutoffs, our mission really is to preserve income and housing. So anything that encompasses those two.
Talk about Medicaid and Medicare, particularly as it relates to TIF.
Well, Medicare and Medicaid. Medicaid is the state-run program that typically people get if they're getting Medicaid, if they're getting Social Security benefits. The Medicare typically comes when people are already retired, and they're getting them with the Social Security retirement benefits. So there's a lot of confusion about it too. Medicaid is income driven, so it's going to be, your eligibility is going to be based upon the household income. And if your income's too high, you're not going to qualify for Medicaid.
How does Florida Rural Legal Services interface in that particular area? What role do you play in terms of that? You advise people? Or?
We advise and represent. I mean, sometimes people have just been denied Medicaid and there's no reason for it, and in which case we represent them in those hearings. Oftentimes they're being denied a service through Medicare, for instance, that they should be, that a service or a product that should have been paid for through Medicare and it's not been. So we will advocate on those issues.
And the Health Care Act as well?
We did a lot of education in the community when the Affordable Health Care Act passed. There was a lot of confusion. A lot of people were scared about how it would impact them. So we did do, and we still do, a lot of education there.
What has been the feedback overall about the services that you provide?
You're never going to please everybody, especially if you can't give them the answer that they're looking for. But overall, I think that we try and provide the best service that we can to our clients and give them as much information as possible. That's what we're there for. We're there to educate and advise and to show them.
Well, we're so fortunate to have you in the community doing the great work that you do. Keep up the great work, okay?
Thank you very much.
Okay, that's Florida Rural Legal Services. For those who say it can't be done, they are usually interrupted by those like Larraine, Barker, and all the fine people over at Florida Rural Legal Services who are doing it. When we come back, we're going to talk about fashion. Get yourself together. All that's happening on Lee Pitts Live. We'll be right back.